So, it's nice to see you again, Nenpan.
Yeah,
I feel like
same
we're
here.
on telly. So you're nearly at the end of your master's programme. So how's it been for you? Is it what you expected?
Well, in terms of academic, well, I didn't really have like much expectation, so I just kept an open mind. So I guess it was easy for me, I think, because before I came, because I actually resumed quite late, and before I came down here, I was in communication with my program tutor, so kind of made everything easier. So since I didn't have much of an expectation, I was just expecting probably a good year and all that. The fact that I got the help that I least expected, because it's different from where I was coming from, it was actually good for me. So
Were there any things in your experience that kind of differed from what you thought the master's program, not so much the teaching, but like being in Lincoln, being in the UK studying, was there anything different from how you would study in university at home? Was there differences that you found?
in terms of studying, like when it comes to the classroom, well, it was very interactive, which I enjoyed. The seminars, I think those are the classes I enjoyed most. The fact that it was interactive and there was debate. You could express your thoughts and ideas. Anyone could actually do that, and the fact that there were different lecturers that could come and speak about a certain topic. So the fact that you're not always seeing one particular teacher, that's what I'm used to back home. But the fact that you get to experience, different teaching style and, in a different way. So it was actually good. And another thing was in terms of, help, assistance in my assessments, my program tutor, and also him directing me to the English academic writing for international students. So that actually helped me a lot.
Yeah, that's called the International College now.
Yeah. So it actually helped me a lot, because I think after the first English academic for writing that I did and listening, I think kind of gave me confidence when I was writing my other assessments. So apart from the help I got from my tutor, so that really kind of boosted my confidence, and I knew what was expected from me in my assessments.
So the International College, the workshops and help they put on, you found that really useful?
Yeah, very.
Which you said you went to academic writing?
Yeah, I went to the English, the academic writing, academic listening, and the last one I did was the one English for dissertation. I think there's not much importance, in terms of how I put it, maybe the style. Like there's not much like focus on the style on how you write back home. So because I realized when I look at my assessments, the feedback, and based on what probably I've done before, even though my assessments back home was more of exams, written, and all that, I saw how how different it is, and you get to know, okay, probably you need to improve more, you need to write more, you need to research more, you need to use your own thoughts apart from just gathering information. So it was just like, it was really quite different. And when I was thinking about it, because I was like, okay, how can I apply this, no matter the job I get? And I saw that the career field I'm interested in has to do with lots of presentation, writing, and research. So one thing I'll say I will gain, or I have gained from this course is the ability to be able to research a lot of papers, gather a lot of ideas, and then be able to pick which is relevant, choosing, because there are so many papers you have to pick from, so you have to like choose the one that's most relevant. So that's a big one for me.
Yeah, that's excellent that you recognize that what you're learning here, the skills, are not just for passing your courses, but they're actually skills that are going to help you beyond your master's program. And that's really what we try to do in the teaching, is make it relevant to real world, not just learn a piece of information and that's it. the idea is that you can apply it, just like you said. So, were there any other differences in maybe perhaps how did you find managing the different digital tools that students and staff need to use in their daily life?
For the library, lucky for me, my programs that we had, like, because we do have tutorials, so we had like a section with I think it's like she's the coordinator for psychology, like she's in charge of,
Alexis.
yeah. So she kind of gave us like a tutorial on how to use the university library online, and that actually helped me because I've probably been using Google and all that, Google Scholar, and just randomly search for articles, but that tutorial kind of helped me, especially for my assessment. For the blackboards, there's some things I didn't quite know at first. I remember the first time the result came, I didn't know how I was going to check my grades. My tutor helped me with that. And then later, I didn't know that you could actually check for similarities. It was later on that I probably checked the similarity of my papers and see, okay, probably I need to change some words and make it look more of my own than, So it was later on that I probably paid attention to that. So the technology was actually a good one and, a step up from where I'm coming from.
What are the key things to successfully completing your study?
I would say the first thing they should sign up for is the International College, and that is the academic English for writing and also for listening, depending on where they have issues with. There's also the grammar one, but I didn't do the grammar, so the fact that they just need to sign up for that first.
Were you working while you were studying? How did you manage to manage your time, for example?
I just had lectures Tuesday and Wednesday, so for that I worked more of the weekends. So I worked few hours a week, so that's how I was able to manage. So it was easy. I think the fact that I was working with autistic people, so studying psychology, so I was just trying to understand the whole thing and working with people, and I was still kind of experience working with people, and sometimes we have some classes and I'm trying to understand them when I get back to work. I'll say it's just quite interesting, and you're able to, because of my knowledge in psychology, and you're able to empathize with them in a way, and maybe understand whatever phase they go through or triggers they have. We have to read a certain paper before we come to the seminar, because we have to discuss this paper. So if you don't have time to read them, then you won't be able to participate much, you'll be able to understand. So it's important that you have that time to study, because you'd be totally be lost. For my own classes, you'd be totally be lost if everyone is talking and then you're just clueless of what is happening. So, and one thing I also realized is the fact that when you study before time, when you study the papers too before time, it makes it easier for you to understand, especially if it's something that you've never studied before. Like my background is not in psychology, so studying beforehand kind of helped me understand the lesson more and be able to contribute during discussion and debates. When you study beforehand, you enjoy the classes more. The words that were quite difficult, to be able to understand them more. So it's very important you study. So, and also attending classes, apart from just marking attendance, I'll say it's important to attend the classes, because I remember for my assessments, like 2 of the modules, the assessments, it was the classes that the lesson I needed to write on. Attending that class actually helped me to to be able to write that essay. So because at first I was like, okay, how will I go about it? What will I talk about? Because you could talk about anything, different angle in that topic. But attending that class really helped me to, okay, this is what I need to talk about based on what the the lecturer actually, talked about. So classes and studying beforehand, it actually helps and makes it easier when you want to do your assessment. In terms of support, so I think another thing I've probably realized is, the truth is support is available. It's just there for you to take advantage of them. So that's just another thing. So many people they struggle not because the support was not there, but because they don't know about it and they didn't take advantage of them. So actually, I have a great support, my program tutor. So the fact that it was like my major support in terms of academy, and he was the one that actually recommended the English classes for me, and he always reviews my work before I submit and I make adjustments. So based on his review was how I made adjustments, and I was able to write even even better. Help is available, so it's just knowing, it's just taking advantage of it basically. I think basically it's just taking advantage, and there's really nothing to be scared of. Take advantage of the subject library and take advantage of the international college. I would say these two, they are most likely to help, and then your program tutor, if is available to help, then you should take advantage of the support, because there's no point you suffering and then because there's actually help. So I think at the end of the day, there's really no excuses when you fail, because the help was there.
Thank you very much, Nenpan. Thank you.